don't know if I ever talked about the time I got bullied. I think I got bullied in like either first grade. I think it was first grade. And it's funny because there was like a fat ginger kid with a bowl haircut. And so he would just always pick on me and whatnot. And this went on for like months and months and months until I just said I was fed up. And so I remember we were in the playground and the kid was like picking on me. I forgot what happened, what he said, but basically he was making fun of me. And I was like, screw it, I'm fighting. But at the time, I was like 6 years old. I didn't know how to fight, so I just bit on his forearm like a piranha and never let go. And he was like, let go, and stuff like that. And I just never let him go until the teacher came around and was like, what's going on? And he's like, and I was like, he made fun of me. And like, but he bit me. Well, what am I supposed to do? He kept pushing me around because that's what he did. Because he always tried to use his size against it. He tried to use his size against me because like he was a tall, fat kid. I was a small, short kid. And so the teacher would send us to the office. I remember going to the office. I was getting reprimanded, yada, yada, yada. And then they put me in the nurse's office, but the nurses wasn't there at that time. I think it was like the afternoon. And so I remember I was sitting in that little leather chair. You know, the doctor's leather chair with the piece of paper and it crumples up? And for some reason, I never understood this thinking back at it now. I was sitting in the nurse's office. The door was slightly open, right? But the lights were off. Like, I felt like I was in like solitary confinement. And so the whole time I'm just laying there in bed like this, just like, what am I gonna do? Because I was afraid of my mother more than anything else, not any bully, because she could beat the crap out of me, and nothing I can do about that. And so I'm sitting there, minutes pass by, I don't know how long I was in there for, and then I hear the door open, I hear footsteps, and oh, that's my mother, and she's talking to the front desk. The front desk is talking about like, oh, your son got into a fight, he's gonna get suspended for a week. And all of a sudden I hear my mom go, what? Where's my son? I need to talk to him. And then she goes to the door, turns on the lights, like, why are you in the darkness? I'm like, I don't know. And then so she was all like, so what happened? And basically I told her I got bullied, and she believed me. It was like, oh, thank God, I don't have to like give my case, because I really was bullied. I wasn't lying about that. And so she hears my case. All right, I'm gonna handle this. So she goes back to the front desk, and then the door like slightly creaked open again, and I could still hear her. And she was all like, "You bring that boy and that mother here right now." And like, what? Like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And so the boy and the mother actually came back, but they were outside the door. And then my mother talked to them. I don't know what she said to them, but she talked to them. Goes back to the front desk. I come outside the nurse's office, and I was like, okay, well, listen. We're going to overturn the 1 week suspension. However, he can't go back to class today. And she's like, okay, but I can bring him back tomorrow. Like, yes, yeah. So I don't know what my mother did to talk to the mother and child to like, I don't know if they're going to press charges on me for biting the kid or something. And so, yeah, she was able to convince him that nothing's going to happen. She overturned my 1 week suspension, and then I was at home. And the cool thing about it, right, the next day, going back to class in the morning, I felt like a badass just walking in, all the kids looking at me like, what, you're back? You're like, yeah, don't you step up to me, I'll bite you. Good times. I love my mother, by the way. She's awesome. Anyway, back to this program.